Hi guys, welcome to the Movie Club UK. This is season 2, episode 6, and I'm here with the Forgotten Critics.
Woo! I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that description.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's all about you.
Yeah, no, myself included. We've not been around for a minute, so yeah, I'm joined here by lovely Ash and my boy Fizz. How we doing, peoples?
Good, thanks. It's funny that you say episode 6 because last season we had a massive break, and that's because I went on holiday like 4 times. Yes. But and this reason why we've had the break is it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. It just happened. You know, lives. But we're still here.
No, definitely.
Yeah, we're still here. We're still kicking. We're not giving up. We're still going to bring you top reviews for you guys to listen and enjoy. But before we begin this one, this is obviously a Marvel sort of movie. What are your thoughts in actually choosing a Marvel film?
I just feel like Marvel's, as much as they've had their troubles as of late with their films and whatnot, I feel like it's still globally one of the leading franchises when it comes to films and that. So
are you excited?
Was I excited? No, I wasn't that excited just because of how I felt with prior films. So I kind of went into this film with kind of like zero expectations. You know, I didn't want to say that, oh yeah, this is gonna be good, but. From the people that I heard that watched it, you know, I was getting good reviews from them. So I said, you know what, maybe Marvel could be making a comeback, maybe, but I gotta watch it and see.
Yeah, I can't believe this is our first MCU film as well.
Is it actually?
I just want to say
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I just want to say quickly, it's because of this guy.
It is
because of this guy.
Actually,
no, we don't do Marvel films.
To be fair, this is the first and only MCU film in 2024. They're not releasing anything else.
Oh, they're not. Wait, they're
isn't
not.
there one coming out
until 2025, and then they're going crazy in 2025.
Wait, so this is the only film in 2024?
Wait, isn't there one coming out in November though, or something like that?
Am I wrong?
You're definitely wrong. You literally did Madam Web and all that kind of stuff.
That's not MCU. That's Sony Spider-Verse. Something.
Same stuff.
See, he doesn't know. He doesn't get it.
You're making me check. You're making me have to check this as well.
But yeah.
Any superhero film is Marvel to me anyway. But what was your expectations?
I didn't really have many expectations, I'll be honest. I actually wasn't looking out for this film at all. And I do really like Deadpool and the Wolverine X-Men franchise, but this film I wasn't looking out for it at all. But I was intrigued, and I find Deadpool, the first one, I didn't really like the second one, but the first one was really funny and to me really rewatchable. The first time I watched it and then I started it again and watched it all over again. So I'd watched the film twice in like 4 hours. So
I think I'm there with you in terms of the obviously this will be the third Deadpool film, but I think the first one I really did like. I went to see it with Meda. It was great. Second one, I don't think I actually saw it, or if I did, I can't remember it too well.
This is my first Deadpool movie.
Oh, was it?
No this way. Is the first one I watched.
You didn't watch this first? The first one's really good.
I've never watched the other one because when it was coming out, it wasn't really something that enticed me.
This is so up your street.
Yeah, I think so as well. I genuinely think it is.
I'm definitely late to the party. Like, I'm definitely gonna catch up on the other 2 films, isn't it?
I need to rewatch 2 to remind myself, but
I hated 2.
I think 1 is where it's at.
Yeah.
So when I saw Deadpool, Wolverine, because I love Wolverine, you know, from all the X-Men movies and obviously Logan. I really messed with Wolverine, so I was thinking, okay, these are 2 good characters. Let's see what we get from the film. Is it gonna, you know, be one of the big Marvel films? That's what I was thinking. I thought, I don't know. Let's.
Honestly, I didn't know. Let's just see. Days,
I just knew it was not like a Endgame or Infinity War or anything like that. But I just thought, let's see what the MCU is going to give us. But yes, guys, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. At the Movie Club UK. Also subscribe. We are on still around 220 something subscribers at the moment. So click the subscribe button. It should be on your screen. Shush, man. Subscribe button. It should be coming on your screen now. So yeah, click that. Ashbreakers.
Okay, I'll make this one really, really quick. So post-COVID, Deadpool x Wolverine is the 8th film to surpass $1 billion.
Since
COVID started.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see if you knew any of the others, maybe 2 each.
It's so funny she said this because
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Inside Out 2.
Yeah, that is one of them. I think it was 1.4 billion maybe. But yeah, that's one of them.
It's the highest this year, right?
I think it's the highest this
Oh, if
year.
we're talking about for this year.
No, like it was the highest this year, and I think in terms of animation, it surpassed The Lion King as the The Lion King remake.
Yeah,
it surpassed it as the highest grossing animation film ever.
1.6 billion for his. You can see my screen.
You're talking about all time?
No, post-COVID. So I think from when COVID started.
Say Avengers, not Avengers. What's it got? Avatar.
Yep, Avatar Way of the Water. That's number one.
Don't surprise me.
Top whopping 2.3 billion.
Any
others?
What else? Trying to have a think.
Oppenheimer?
There has to be Barbie as well.
Okay, Barbie, yes.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer still hasn't surpassed 1 billion, and it was on its way to, but
that's
it's
crazy
only
because that's film of the year as well, isn't it?
$977 million.
So it's nearly there.
Yeah.
So I'm $3 million off.
One more.
What else is there?
A big film has dropped.
I can give you.
Oh, wait, hold on. Dune Part 2.
No, I don't think that's past $1 billion yet.
What?
That's crazy.
That's not past $1 billion yet.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I hope I'm not wrong.
Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you. I'll be wrong.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well, it's funny we talk about the MCU because.
You can say Endgame.
No, that was before COVID. Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh my god.
Because my mind started to think of MCU films, but I froze around the COVID.
See, that's how crap they've been, bro.
Yeah. That was $1.9 billion. Jurassic World Dominion, that was just over $1 billion. Obviously, you said Avatar, Way of the Water, Barbie, Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine. That's why we're all here. Top Gun Maverick. And we've done another one on the podcast.
After COVID?
Post-COVID, so yeah, since we've been doing the podcast, yeah. I will just tell you.
No, just hold on. First letter.
You can't do S.
S. Oh, the Spider-Man.
No.
No, I thought of Spider-Man as well. It can't be. Saltburn, of course not. It's better on the dance floor.
It never will.
I love that, man. Oh man.
S.
You won't get this one, I don't think.
I'm trying to think.
But we've reviewed it.
Yep.
And it begins with an S.
Yeah, it wasn't very popular.
Oh.
From us.
Is it that? It's not that horror film. No,
Super Mario.
Yes. Super Mario Bros.
What? 1 billion.
It's surpassed 1 billion.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that's nostalgia, man. That's pure nostalgia.
Yeah, it was just a play, innit? It
was
just a play.
That film should not be close to that.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah,
it's
that
one of our.
Is number 3,
so
I think. No, number 4, $1.4 billion as well.
That's one of our lowest rated.
Probably had a lot of kids going there.
Yeah, maybe loads of kids.
Our age as well.
Bringing little brothers, little sisters, nephews, nieces, all that kind of stuff. So I guess that's what it was about, but I wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah, no, for real.
So
that's it.
Good Ashbury, to be honest. When you said it, my mind was like, oh my god. But luckily, I read that Inside Out 2. It literally just popped into my mind. I remember when it first came out, it got a lot of hype, and then I think it was literally announced last week. It overtook Lion King as the highest grossing animation film of all time.
Oh gosh, why wasn't Lion King on this list?
Was that after COVID?
Oh, okay.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
I have no idea.
It was. COVID is just a.
I just want to move away.
Let's pretend like it never happened.
I can't.
All right, cool. So obviously you know why we're here. We are here to review Deadpool Wolverine. Is that what the film's called?
Deadpool and Wolverine. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Mm-hmm. What a bland name.
But crazy,
I think so as well.
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. That's what we're here to review. I'm just going to read a quick synopsis of what the film was about, and then we'll get into it. So it says, Deadpool's peaceful existence comes crashing down when the Time Variance Authority recruits him to help safeguard the multiverse. He soon unites with his would-be pal Wolverine to complete the mission and save his world from an something threat. Because I can't see the word something threat. So at this point we'll be reviewing Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you haven't watched the film, which you should have by now, but if you haven't, just pause, watch the film and come back if you don't want it to be ruined for you. If you have, you can continue with this video. So we begin the plot.
Wow.
What was the bloody plot?
The plot, essentially, it was like, from what I got from it, it just seemed like both of them were just trying to find purpose. Because obviously Deadpool, obviously you see he tried to obviously join the Avengers, but obviously he wasn't deemed good enough. And obviously he doesn't really have anything else outside of like obviously being Deadpool. So he was just trying to find his purpose. And
before we get there, sorry to interrupt, how we got from Deadpool to being in Marvel, like how, like it's such a thing now, Deadpool, they want to introduce Deadpool to the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, how did we get here?
Okay, I'm not the Marvel super fan that everyone thinks I am, but
She says she
Deadpool
is
a part of the X-Men universe, which is a part of the MCU. So technically he has always been a part of it, but the actual Avengers universe and the X-Men universe are two completely different things. So we did mold them together in this film.
So what I found out was that Marvel comics in the 90s or whatever, they've running out of money or they needed funding or whatever. So they sold a few of their characters to all these like big companies. That's why Spider-Man was with Sony. That got sold to Sony. I think X-Men, Wolverine and all these sort of characters, they got sold to Fox, 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
They got sold to Fox. It was only until I think 2019 when Disney bought the rights to those films did they kind of get the rights back, because Disney and Marvel are now together, considered as one. And that's where we got all these films like, you know, the Captain America, the Iron Man and all that kind of stuff. That was with Disney and Marvel, and that's what they created as like the MCU. To get Deadpool to fit into this is like they now have the rights to the character. But it's very strange because, you know, with the first Deadpool film, it was is it R-rated? Would you say it's R-rated? Like, come on, they were swearing on it. It was vulgar language. There was, you know, it was a bit mad, yeah. And we've never had an MCU film like that at all.
We've never had an R-rated MCU film, or Disney have never like released an R-rated film under their Disney bracket. They have R-rated films, but they've never released it under the Disney.
Until now.
Yeah.
So this was almost like, how are we going to get this character, keep him original, but also kind of move him forward and say, yeah, we want to progress this character into the MCU. I think that's what this film was about. And there was little digs at the start of the film and even during the film to kind of say this is what they were trying to do, which I found quite humorous really and funny. At the end of the day,
funding for this.
Yeah, like, you know, those little references. And even when they end up in that void place and you see the 20th Century Fox logo buried into the ground because there's no more, like Disney got the rights now. All of those subtle things was really funny. That's how we got here in the end. So when we talk about the plot, sorry, you can continue what you were saying.
No, it was just those two just trying to find purpose, really. Obviously Deadpool trying to prove to not only himself but to everyone that he is capable of saving a universe. And obviously with Wolverine is a bit mad, isn't it? Because he failed his universe essentially. Just to put it plain and simple, obviously a lot of people died. Obviously he was drunk, all that stuff there, so he let a lot of people down. But when them two teaming up, I felt like it was a good combination because it gave Wolverine now a sense of purpose, because he was basically just going through life nothing.
But I think that was just that version of
Wolverine, yeah, of course, that version of Wolverine, yeah.
But it's funny that you got that out of the plot, because I didn't. From what I gathered from the movie, it was like, okay, we want this joke, we want this joke, we want this joke. Oh yeah, and we actually, they should probably save the world as well. Yeah. And Deadpool wants to save his friends and his family. And I think Ryan Reynolds even said something that the plot is a paper thin sequel that will lower your IQ. So it's like,
there's no plot here.
There's no plot. Everything's buried under cameos and jokes and quips and things about Disney and Fox. But it's like, and we're trying to save the world as well. So
it was just jarring. Another thing that jarred me a bit was the fighting as well that them two had.
I think I
didn't really like that bit.
I think we'll get onto it where I say there was a highlight for me with a fight scene. You guys might agree or disagree, but in general, I think I got a bit of fatigue as well. Is it between themselves or between others?
I think no, it was just them two. Like when them two, like it was just like it was so long. So I think dragged out a bit. I was thinking this didn't really need to be there. Maybe one was enough, but then when they did it again, I was thinking, bruh.
But you know what? These characters are so funny because both of them have the healing power.
Yeah.
to
That's
heal
another thing
themselves.
that was
So that
annoying me
was
as well.
that was annoying.
That
like,
was jarring.
you could-
Like
like they're going like come on, you're gonna heal, bro.
It was annoying.
You're gonna heal, bro.
And it just reminded me that there's no stakes here.
No,
There's
yeah.
no consequences.
Yeah.
Neither one of them can die. I guess the main villain is going to ruin their universe, whatever. But otherwise, neither one of them can die. There's no stakes. So I could just have fun with the movie without actually caring if we're gonna lose.
And what I spoke about at the start, almost them introducing Deadpool to the MCU, was that scene when you said he applied to join the Avengers, and he was told no by what's his name again?
Happy Hogan.
Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
When he was like, nah, it's not happening. So you're thinking, okay, we're trying to get this film to be accepted as like a proper Marvel MCU film. And from the get-go, somebody who is, I wouldn't say he's a key stakeholder in the films, but we know who Happy Hogan is. For him to be like, nah, you can't join this side, is almost like, oh, you could feel the rejection. You could almost feel the rejection and possibly feel that this film might be rejected too.
I don't think the film is trying to be a part of the MCU. I feel like it's its own
obviously, I have no right to talk about these things, but that's the impression I got.
I just feel like it's its own self-contained thing.
Is.
It's not trying to be a part of anything. It's just, we're just here to make you laugh. Anything that happens in this film is irrelevant. We could kill off Spider-Man in this film. It doesn't matter. He's going to be back.
He's going to exist in his actual universe or where he's supposed to be.
I feel like they just had some fun with this film, honestly, because of all the backlash that they've got from previous films in terms of like budget, CGI, all that stuff that's going into them. I feel like with this one, they just a little bit more light-hearted, and I feel like it's a little bit refreshing. And I think it was kind of needed as well at this moment in time for the MCU, because obviously they haven't had good reviews
they've been on a downward sort of spiral, and there's funny little bits where Deadpool himself is calling himself what did he say, something Jesus?
Marvel Jesus
Marvel Jesus, because
bro.
he sees that maybe this film is going to be the one to kind of save us from
some slight blasphemy there.
It was
hey man, you know how it goes with
it was, but it was humorous.
They like to mock it.
It was humorous. I don't think it was intended to be offensive, but I think he was saying that they need a savior, MCU, and it's almost like he wanted to be that savior if he could be. It was almost like the movie was a reality of where we're at with things with the MCU, and what they're very self-aware of what people are saying, which is good.
So at least they know.
At least they know. I found that very, very funny that they're using this unserious film to tell us like, we know, like
it was always like an apology, like, we are sorry. This is us recognizing that the last couple of films, the last couple of years, it hasn't been good. It's not on the same par as phase 1, 2 and 3. And we're gonna try and get back, and this is why I feel like it's the only film this year. And this is why I feel like it's the new start of Marvel, especially like what's his face? Kong. What's his face?
Who?
Kong.
Shang-Chi.
Kong. I know you're talking about.
No, okay. Well,
because you're talking about Dr. Doom.
No, I'm talking about Kong. I'm going off on a tangent here, but there was see, you guys aren't fans. He was meant to be the next Thanos of
Jonathan Major.
Jonathan Major.
But I thought they've kicked him off now.
They did. So the whole phase 4 and 5 was meant to be centered around Kong.
Really?
So now they've kicked him off, and they've also realized but the thing is, it's like, obviously
you know who they brought back though, right?
Sorry,
you know who they brought back, right?
Yeah. Which is a whole nother thing in itself. But this is like a fresh start for them, in my opinion. I feel like getting rid of him, especially when all the movies weren't going well, and then he obviously done something really, really bad, and then the movies aren't going well. This movie was just throwing the papers in the air, saying, guys, let's start again. Let's do something else. And like, we recognise it hasn't been going well.
And I loved how they did it with Wolverine. In terms of respecting that this character is gone. Obviously through Logan, that film, that was the end of.
That ending was so sad.
It was the end of Wolverine, but the way they've introduced him in this film didn't really impact that. We know it's the end.
It didn't, but it makes me laugh the fact that I went into the film like, oh, are they going to respect his memory? How are they going to bring him back?
I think they did.
And no, the first scene was desecrating his grave and his skeleton.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
So the humor for me, like at times, it was like they fully said, "Guys, sorry, we're just gonna have to do this for the laughs."
Yeah. That opening scene that was really funny.
That was
Yeah, no,
really
it was
funny.
mental. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, that just should, like, to me, I'm like, yeah, you're in a Deadpool film, because number one, there was a lot of those sort of films. Like Ryan Reynolds, I'm not like a crazy fan, but him as Deadpool is
Done well.
perfect.
Even for me, even though this was the first Deadpool for me, like I did like the fact that he was Deadpool, but my God, man can chat. Deadpool is full of chat.
Oh
bro.
yeah. So
Oh,
much
like
stuff.
you saw the bit when they were in the void, right? And then
Yeah.
you got the Human Torch killed.
Yeah.
But did you guys stay for the post-credit scene?
Oh, that was funny.
That was
That
funny.
was so funny. I was
I did.
annoyed, but it was funny.
Was that
Someone
VAR?
explain, because I can't even explain.
Basically, he basically done a VAR proof of what the Human Torch was saying, didn't it?
He
Yeah.
got Johnny
Word-
Storm
What was that
killed.
true?
Word for word,
It was
bar for
true.
bar, bro. It's actually true.
He got Johnny Storm killed by our
What's
villain.
her name? She's my man's sister.
Yeah, Charles
Xavier's
Xavier's
sister.
twin sister.
It's
crazy,
he got
bro.
he got him killed, and then in the post-credit scene, it turns out that actually everything that
He said
he
what
said
said
he could
was
rip my
completely
skin off.
true.
I said, this guy's crazy. It's
Yeah.
funny though, because I didn't know that. Obviously, I don't read the comments like that, but
I think her name was
I didn't know that she had
Cassandra,
that,
Cassandra Nova.
yeah, that Xavier had is her name? Am I saying it right? Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Xavier.
didn't know he had a sister. When I saw
We
her,
didn't know
when I
that.
see
Well,
her,
I didn't.
When I saw her, I said, she's bold, like, but that head looks so familiar to another
Yeah,
guy's
yeah,
head, didn't
yeah,
it? And then it made sense. I said,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
But man don't know. I was thinking they were saying that he didn't know that she was here, or even where she is. In fact,
Yeah, because I think they used the Void as almost a reference for all the comics or superheroes that were just dropped and
Yeah.
forgotten about and left to kind of like, I think that's the whole concept of that Void thing was.
Do you remember some of them that were in there? Do you remember some of the villains?
Just Blade. I just recognized Blade.
Yeah.
Which I loved that cameo.
I
That was
loved
my
it.
favorite
I loved
cameo.
it.
And see, I didn't watch Blade Infinity, but in Blade Infinity, Ryan Reynolds was in Blade Infinity
Oh,
as
was he?
a character, Hannibal King, who was eventually meant to become Deadpool.
Okay.
And Blade wasn't happy. No, Wesley Snipes wasn't happy with Ryan Reynolds and another character because he thought they took up way too much screen time.
Yeah.
So that joke that Deadpool says, well, Blade's like, I don't like you, and then Deadpool's like, you never really liked me. It's a
They were
playback
referring to that.
yeah, like
Yeah, no,
there's
this
so
film was
many,
cute. This film was cute
It
with a
is.
lot of like jokes. It was very, very cute.
I feel like you've gotten this written down, but what did you think of the humor? Was
The
it
humour?
too much at times?
There was that one scene
No.
where there was a lot of ass slapping though.
I feel like it was
Changed into
needed.
suit.
I feel like the humor was necessary because there was no plot. Like we said, the plot was paper thin. So if it didn't have humor, I'm just thinking, what the hell was that? You know, I'm just literally thinking, unless you wanted the humor to be replaced with more of a story, but we didn't get that. So I didn't mind the humor filling out where it did. One of the funniest scenes I found as well was Captain America when he was Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
So they were expecting.
That was
They
funny,
said, "Oh yeah, we know him, because they were thinking he's gonna say
No, same as
Avengers assemble, and then he ends up going flame on. He ends up saying flame on,
Something like
Yeah.
that.
and he ends up getting like obviously captured and like, yeah, we didn't. That's not who we thought he was. And it's so funny because Johnny Storm actually is Mr. Captain America.
Nah, no.
Yeah.
But they obviously use the same character. But yeah, that was one of the funniest things because they were just referencing a lot of films like MCU films normally like does, but they were doing it in such a unique way, a bit different to what they normally do. It's just subtle sort of jokes where you should kind of get it.
Yeah.
So no, I did enjoy that, to be honest. But how did you feel about? Like I said, there wasn't really a story. So how did you feel about him just going, oh, I need to save my universe and I need to get a version of Wolverine to do so? Because I think Wolverine was the anchor being in his universe, his current universe that he decided to settle in. And because Wolverine dies, Logan dies, they're like, these TVA guys said, oh yeah, well, because your anchor being has died and we have to close down your
Universe or
your
something.
universe.
Paper thin.
It was stupid.
It's paper thin. It's weak, but it sets up some really fun scenes, like
Yeah.
finding new Wolverine.
Yes.
I enjoyed that one. We
Yeah.
had an appearance from Henry Cavill, which was like funny because he's always rumored to do. And if any characters come in, like any superhero, Henry Cavill's probably being rumored to do it. And then we just had loads of ones, short, Wolverine, stuff like that.
Yes, that was funny. Apparently that was supposed to be like the comic version of Wolverine. Like Wolverine is actually
like
not supposed to be,
5'2".
he's not supposed to be tall apparently. So that was funny. But seeing the different versions of Wolverine was like, okay, this actually is kind of funny, because which one do you pick? And when I thought you picked the right one, we find out that the Paradox guy said you've picked the worst one, because obviously he's like failed his, did he say either his universe or whatever? Universe, everybody's died or
because the X-Men died in his universe as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they're saying that he picked the worst one, but on paper he looked like he was the best one. And I just kind of thought, there's nothing going on here in this plot. Not much going on at all. I kind of wanted it to end. I didn't fear, because I did, because I didn't fear the villain, Paradox or whatever his name was. Didn't fear him. I just thought he was just an idiot.
I just thought he was an idiot, man.
Yeah, like I
was more. They should have probably put more effort into Xavier's sister. I feel like she would have been a much better villain.
But then my problem with that as well was that she almost becomes like the ultimate villain. Yeah. And they were coming up with plans. I'm like, how are you going to beat this person? Like,
it's crazy that she sticking fingers in people's heads and that.
But they nearly beat her. What did they do to beat her? I can't remember.
Well, at the end.
No, when they put the thing on her head.
They put that, it's just to
Charles
stop her.
Xavier's helmet, which means she can't use her powers or whatever, something like that. But it's just, they created these really silly ways to get them out of danger, because she really could have killed them at any point in the movie, and she didn't. So but I do like the fact that like I was getting fatigued at one point, and then Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, turns to the camera and says, "Don't worry, guys, we're in the final stretch.
We're in the final stretch.
I love it.
It's just like anytime I had a criticism, they got me.
And I do rate that, because sometimes my issue with these superhero films is the extensive fight scenes that I'm just like, here we go again.
That's why I didn't like the fight scenes with,
so when he kind of said like, hang on, like, we're in the final stretch, I'm like, okay, you know where I am at, like mentally, you know where I am at, because with a lot of films this is how I feel. The fact that he recognized that, made a bit of a joke about it, we're nearly there, guys, keep watching, keep pushing, was funny, to be honest. I'll be honest with you guys, when I left the film straight away, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I wasn't feeling
I thought it was okay.
I wasn't feeling it at all.
It was one of the best, up there with like Spider-Man No Way Home, for example. It was one of the best cinematic experiences I've had. I generally like that. I didn't go 5 minutes without actually laughing out loud, which I actually don't do very often at films. So it was one of the best, but then I did leave the film. I was like, what did I adjust? I couldn't tell you one interesting thing that happened in that film, except from it made me laugh a lot. And I feel like replay value and rewatchability is as if I rewatch it again, and all the cameos and stuff have all been...
You've exhausted them now.
All the jokes, I've seen them all. You might get 1 or 2 laughs from me, but then I'm not watching it.
I feel like I might give it another go, maybe, just one. Because the more research, in cinema. Because the more research I do,
Did you watch it in cinema?
Yeah.
Oh,
where did you watch it?
I watched it in the cinema.
Oh yeah. But when I'm doing research on it, I'm looking and I'm just like, oh, I didn't pick that up. There's loads of things that I didn't pick up. So like we've spoken about this before, when we're looking at like some of these children animated films, when we watched it as kids. And you grow up and you realize is that there was nuances that as a kid you're not supposed to understand, but as an adult you get it. I feel like I could be there with this film just because there's a lot of hidden sort of gems where there were jokes that I didn't really get, but the more and more that I'm actually reading about this stuff, it's like I feel like if I give it another watch, I laugh maybe even more one more time, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I'm done with the film. I think that's where we're at. But I didn't first impressions, nah. But now I'm starting to feel like, there might be a few gems in here. This might actually
you gotta let it digest, man.
Yeah. And I think I have.
I
think I have. Like I left on here, and I feel like I'm just a bit here, and that doesn't normally happen for me. Once it's here, and it's not going up. But the fact that I actually had to sit down and think about it, and actually look into it, and be like, oh, I see why this was like this, and I see why this was referenced, and it just makes sense for me to say, okay, cool, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, to be fair.
I just want to quickly add, Marvel going forward, they should really try to make their films center more around the characters' like personality, in my opinion. Because with this Deadpool one, like it went hand in hand, in my opinion. That's why for me, I pretty much left the cinema and I was impressed. I was like, yeah, this is good. Like films like Thor, Hulk. The reason why them films are dead now is because they kind of went away from what made them originally great. Yeah. So that's what Marvel needs to start doing, man. They need to do that for a lot of characters. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, literally.
Like, Deadpool for me is like, yeah, this is a good start, but going forward, what else are you gonna show us?
Yeah, you really get into the person's personality and story, and literally, I knew this is what it could be. So I'm kind of happy with what I got from the film. What did you think of the cinematography? One of the bits that I did want to talk about was that fight scene in the car.
I thought you'd like that one.
That was good.
Was that the point that you were fatigued and be like, there's too much fighting? Or
yeah,
it was.
Yeah, that point I was just kind of looking on my phone. I was waiting for the scene to end because I was like,
they were just digging each other.
The first one was funny because obviously I didn't realize that they couldn't die, you know.
Yeah.
So when I was seeing Wolverine do all that stuff, they hitting, it was going through his head.
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yeah.
Front,
anyway,
everything. I was thinking, like, this is crazy. But then second time around, I was thinking, okay, cool.
We've seen enough.
You've seen enough.
Stop. It's like you're pinching each other. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're not but you're just pinching each other. And it's like with every hit, what is the aim?
There's no aim. Like you're gonna do this and you're gonna go continue the mission.
And they didn't really. What it was is like they didn't really hate each other.
They didn't.
They didn't. They were just fighting because obviously they disagreed. And to be honest, Deadpool did lie to Wolverine about see if they could reverse what's happened in his world.
Yeah.
But obviously he had no guarantee of that. He was just focused on his world and knowing that possibly Wolverine could help him. So and then they fell out about that and they started fighting. But other than that,
like I said, it was just they could have used that screen time for something else, man. Something else, in my opinion.
I think cinematography wise, it was done by someone called George Richmond, and he's done Snow White and the Huntsman, Rocket Man, and Free Guy. And Free Guy was also Ryan Reynolds also starred in that film as well. So they do have a bit of history. And I think Ryan Reynolds produced this. Am I right?
Definitely had a big role in this.
Yeah, he definitely had a big role. I think even for the second film, they gave him a big say in where he wanted to take things. Whether it was good or not for the second film, I can't remember. But I'm sure after the success of the first film, they gave him a bit of space. Okay, so what do you want to do with the character? What do you want to put on the screens? And I think they've given him, Ryan Reynolds, that respect. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest Ryan Reynolds fan, but as Deadpool, he's amazing.
I don't think. Sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say I definitely preferred this version of Ryan Reynolds to when he was the Green Lantern.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that movie was so bad. I couldn't believe.
What was that?
Yeah.
DC?
Maybe. Yeah, it is.
I think it is.
But I was gonna say, he as an actor never actually reached any kind of heights. I might be wrong. He was in like The Proposal or something, but never any heights, never any like identity as an actor until Deadpool. And now we see his humor and exactly what
the like. Good qualities he has.
Yeah.
I agree. What would you say about Logan? Because Logan has been playing his real name is not Logan. What's his real name again?
Hugh Jackman.
That's him. Hugh Jackman's been playing Wolverine since 2000s, no?
Like 25 years, I think.
25 years of playing a single character.
Crazy. The last time he done Wolverine was 2013, isn't it?
2016.
No, Logan was 26. When was Logan?
I think it was 2016, but I might be wrong.
Might be a few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago actually.
I thought it was like 2013 that come out,
It might be 4 or 5 years ago. We'll check after the film. Let us know. If you know in the comments, let us know.
Yeah, 2016.
I'm putting dibs 2017.
Yeah, I'm saying 2013.
2013.
I feel like there was probably another one after that.
Okay, let us know in the comments who's right or who's closest to it. But playing such a character for such a long time, like we're used to, especially DC films, we're used to different Supermans, different Batmans, different Jokers, and some of them have been a success. More than one. Like, there's not. Sometimes we know who. Ideally, for example, Batman. I love the Christian Bale version, but the Ben Affleck version, some people like that as well. So there's successes measured in like by different, people. But for him to like sustain one character, and we just know Wolverine, that's him. That's Hugh. Like when I think of Wolverine, it's Hugh Jackman. That's the character. I thought, this is brilliant casting.
Yeah,
literally, he suits the character so much. Like, it just embodies what this character was supposed to be. Like, credit, props to Hugh Jackman. I don't think obviously we're gonna get any more of it. I think this was it.
No, he did say. Sorry, he's gonna.
Oh
say
no,
something. We're probably gonna say the same thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that 3 days after he'd announced like Logan's my last film, I'm not doing any more films. He saw Deadpool in cinema and he was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
we need a team-up film." Oh, was you gonna say that?
No, I was gonna say you're gonna say he regretted. He said that he regretted saying that like the Logan film was gonna be his last one because he went to see Deadpool.
Yeah. Okay, but then this might be the last one.
I think this is.
Nah, because I think he's gonna be part of the MCU, man. We're gonna see.
so?
We're gonna see. He
I
probably.
don't think so,
I think
man.
he's gonna be more. He's not gonna be a focus, but I think he'll make cameo appearances.
Like
in
a
other
side
films.
sort
side
of
appearances.
character.
Yeah, you'll see.
think
He'll get some screen time.
He's doing more like musical stuff. He was in The Greatest Showman and stuff. I think he's going down that lane a bit, and he's gonna hang up his Wolverine boots. But yeah,
I don't even mind it too much because we have what's her name? Is it Daphne? Yeah, and see the girl that he saved. In the original,
Yeah.
She. I don't know if you saw it, but obviously she has.
Yeah.
Thing as well. So that surprised me. So I was thinking, a little female Wolverine right there could be something.
Potentially. Let's see what they do with it.
and then you really like Gambit as well. That was
Gambit.
really funny.
The accent was killing me, bro. That accent was
Was
so
it French?
bro. It was
Brooklyn?
like it sounded like a Latino, American
Yeah.
Latino kind of like New
a
York
play
kind of.
Yeah.
on Channing Tatum never being able to do
Yeah.
accents.
Yeah,
That's
it's
funny.
funny 'cause-
We saw Electra,
Yeah, Electra was
who's played by Jennifer Garner. A play, and then they
Lady
say
Deadpool.
something like, "Oh, how do you feel about Daredevil and Daredevil dying or something?" She's like, "Oh, I don't mind because Daredevil, played by Ben Affleck."
Yeah.
So it's just like funny.
Yeah.
And when I watch it again, I will be like, "Oh, okay, I get it." This time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe one more watch for me to connect some dots, and I'm just like, yeah, this is a great film.
Do you see the appearance from the dog as well?
Yeah, the dog with the long tongue.
The long tongue.
That's like, get that dog off my screen, man. Get that dog off my screen. That
When I
dog
saw
was
that dog, bro,
that dog was hideous.
Ryan
man.
Reynolds was when he was licking him.
Yeah,
I was thinking, no, this is crazy.
This dog
bro.
is nasty.
I said,
We
this is
love
crazy.
all animals on this podcast.
We don't love
No, we
dogs
do,
that
but
look
we
like
love
that.
animals. But that one, yeah, was,
Do not bring a
was
dog that
crazy.
looks like that near me, please. Do not do that. But Ash, numbers.
Right.
What do we got?
Just staring off into the distance then. So our budget was 200 million. I think Dune was 200 million as well. But we can see where the money's been spent. They made a joke about spending too much on Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. So
Yeah.
we can see where the money goes. As of today, it's made 1.262 billion worldwide, becoming the 8th highest grossing film of 2024.
8th.
I might have to... Okay, fine. 8th highest grossing film post-COVID. I might have to reconfigure this. Anyway, the film exceeded predictions of its opening weekend, grossing 211.4 million in the US and Canada and 444.6 million worldwide. And it's the biggest opening weekend of an R-rated film, surpassed Inside Out 2 in $1 billion status. And it
Both
recovered
recent
its...
films.
Yeah, very recent. And it's recovered its reported budget in just 2 days. So
2 days?
Yeah, just 2 days. It made 200 billion.
Crazy.
And after 23 days in release, it surpassed Joker as the highest R-rated film of all time.
Wow. Do you know what? When it comes to the number stuff, I want to be part of the team that actually breaks the numbers on whether this is a success or not. Imagine seeing 2 days into a film that you've put out has made back the money already within 2 days.
That's so mental, bro.
Like, you could just imagine the high fives going around, the champagne, the
Popping in it.
like, you know,
Yeah.
we've like, you
They're
know,
loving it.
congrats everyone. Like, this is a
But even
success.
imagine what's been cut. Like, they could have gotten Robert Downey Jr. in the film. They could have done all of
Yeah.
these things, and they were like, "Nah, it's too much, too much." And it's just
Yeah.
like, we might as well have done that.
Yeah, so credit to, you know, everyone involved with this film in terms of the numbers. Like, they've done what they needed to do.
100%.
For his, what's the review saying?
Well, the first one, this one's an 8 out of 10. They titled it Awesome. They said this is their first review. I'm not a huge Marvel fan, but I've watched all Deadpool and loved them. Don't know what it is about this one, but I found it hilarious, and it would seem the whole theatre did as well. All the jokes were spot on. Acting is awesome with a few exceptions. Action is great. All in all, a film I would recommend to anyone who can stomach a bit of adult and childish humour and gore. Story is okay, nothing special, but execution makes up for it. Cameos, as far as I'm concerned, awesome as well. And one thing, pacing is spot on. 2 hours flew by. I'll keep it short. Go and watch it.
It's fair.
I pretty
Fair.
much agree with that.
Yeah, fair, in my opinion. Any bad ones?
Yeah, come on, man. You
There
know,
always
I
is.
always gotta come with one. They titled this disappointing. Gave it a 4 out of 10. They said, as with all other Deadpool movies, Ryan Reynolds' comedy dialogue carries the movie. That's about the only nice thing I can say about this film. The MCU is gigantic with many areas and characters to explore, so I simply don't understand why the writers made no effort in writing a story. People are fighting, characters appear out of nowhere with no intent, Wolverine takes his shirt off for no reason, and the main villain has absolutely no motive. Such a missed opportunity to actually tell some kind of interesting story. The sad thing is, what? Yeah, they didn't type this properly. The sad thing is the movie is going to do great, and it will encourage Hollywood to create more fluff like this.
He's not wrong.
I do hear it.
He's wrong with his rating. He or she, sorry, I'm not sure who it is.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But the comments a bit real in terms of that plot that we were talking about. Thinking of these two characters, come on, you could put something a bit better than this in terms of a plot or a story. You could have pulled on heartstrings a little bit, but I think like what you mentioned as well, was that the intention? That was not the intention. I think they wanted to cheer us up based off what's been happening recently. They didn't want to give us heartstrings or anything like that. It was supposed to be a fun movie, like just fun. That's all we want, is you lot to laugh and have fun. But I do get what he's saying. It was a bit weak, to be honest. They had so many angles they could have come from, and they probably chose the easiest one. And like he's right, they made the money.
It's true.
So would that cause them to be like, phew, we got away with it? Or saying, yeah, we did what this film wanted us to do, or we got to do more like this?
I'll be real. The only reason I feel like the film did so was because of Wolverine.
You think so?
I think. Like, if before
I think putting them together, I won't just say just Wolverine.
Obviously, Deadpool's calm, but the draw that you get with Wolverine, Logan, Hugh Jackman, bro, it's different, man. I think it's different.
I hear that.
I think it's like, bro, Ryan Reynolds, is he really selling out cinemas like that?
You see, you haven't watched the first Deadpool.
Yeah,
no, I haven't.
because
I've watched it. Yeah,
Deadpool
so
is crazy.
I don't even want to get you to pull out numbers for the first Deadpool, but I'm sure that the numbers were pretty.
I don't have them.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they're pretty impressive for Deadpool.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
But I think the combination of both, because if it was just Wolverine, I'm not saying that it wouldn't have got these numbers, but I don't think it would. Actually, I am saying this. I don't think it would have gotten these numbers if it was just Wolverine on its own. I think he needed the mix of Deadpool. People thinking, wow, these are two characters that can't really die. Like, what are they trying to do with this? It's the first R-rated movie as well with the MCU. Like, where we go? Like, I think people are very like curious about what we would get from it. And yeah, I think, to be honest, the film did okay.
Yeah, they did a decent job.
It did okay.
And I feel like we know that Wolverine's very like, he's just moody, cranky, and then Deadpool, on the other hand, is annoying, mouthy, chatterbox.
So it was a good, it was just a good contrast between the two.
It's
together.
Unmissable. If you are a superhero film fan, it's unmissable. You've got to see how those two are going to interact.
Yeah, facts. What's our final ratings for this?
8 out of 10.
8.
That's what I gave it.
You agree with the first person, Ash?
So I gave it a 7.5. I originally came out with a 7, and I couldn't give it higher than that. But like you said, on rewatching and on researching and stuff, I was like, okay, you know what? They did their big one. So 7.5.
7.5. I think I've gone with a 7 out of 10. I left the cinema thinking like 6.7, 6.8.
There's some Marvel bias coming in.
No, not even. Just how I felt, my feeling. But upon doing the research and realizing certain things about the film and what certain things meant, I felt like they actually did a decent job, to be honest. So I'm bringing it up to a 7, which gives us an overall rating of 7.5, which drops into 6th or 7th place on our all-time record.
Which is crazy because it's below, what's that first one, Creed? Is it below Creed?
Yeah, it's definitely below Creed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Creed's still holding out at 8 out of 10. It's been holding out, and we've been talking about this. We might have to do a little, what's that thing called again? You know when you have to do like a
reshuffle.
A reshuffle of the leaderboard, or a new rating for the film. I get, you know what? Let's see Creed 2 one more time whenever.
It's Creed 3.
Sorry, Creed 3 one more time whenever, and come up with another rating, because I am very uncomfortable with that 8 out of 10.
We were nervous.
Yeah, we were very nervous.
That was the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's either on this one, it's either 6th for John Wick or 6th for Deadpool Wolverine. Where are we going?
It's better than John Wick.
Yeah, I think it's better than John Wick.
I'm nowhere about it. So if
John Wick just
if you guys want to say it's better than John Wick, that's fine. So this is Deadpool Wolverine at number 6 with a rating of 7.5 in our all-time list. For this season, 7.5 actually gets you second place. Just after Do Part 2, we then have Deadpool Wolverine at 7.5. We then have Kingdom of the Planets of Apes and it's at 7.4. Saltburn at 7.3, Challengers at 7.3 as well. And what was our most recent one? Wonka, which was our first one, 7.2. And Argyle at 5.9.
Do you know what? I'm happy with our season 2 ratings.
I think I'm happy
so
with that
much
as
better
well.
than season 1.
I
Makes
think,
sense.
yeah, there's a consistency there.
More seasons.
Yeah,
Season 1 we were
yeah.
on one.
We were nice.
Yeah.
We'll be a nice.
Yeah, we was definitely on one, especially with that Creed, but we will deal with it. We'll nip it in the bud. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all our social medias. We will see you soon for the next one.
Bye, guys.
Peace.